Grand opening. Grand opening. How are you this evening? 6:45. How are you? I hope your day is great. I hope that you've been minding your business, drinking your water. I hope you've ate. I hope you've done your studies today. We want to start this read off with a prayer like we always do. Yep. We want to thank God. We want to thank Jesus. We want to thank the other room. We want to thank our Abba. We want to thank our higher self. We want to thank the Galactic Federation, the Pleiadian Council. We want to thank the whole heavenly host. We thank God and the spirits for wisdom, discernment, guidance. We even thank God for our own willpower. Yes, we do. We thank God for protection. We thank God for peace. We thank God for our gifts. We thank God for the trials and the tribulations that we went through. Yep. Excuse me, confirmation. We seek protection. We seek guidance. We seek wisdom. We seek clarity. We seek discernment. We thank you for our sight. Thank you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And we appreciate you as well, Spirit. Thank you for always having our back, especially in the unseen. Thank you. Okay, 145. So we coming from two different spots. The title of this reading is where we at? Where we at? Where we at? The words of truth, end zone equals judgment. Words of truth, the end zone, and judgment. Right? So we're coming out of two spots. We're coming out of Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 through 5. Verses 1 through 5 are words that Jesus spoke out of his mouth. In the King James Version, what Jesus said was read, right? And then we're going to come out of Ecclesiastes, right? Chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Okay? Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Those was words out of Jesus' mouth, baby. Judge not, lest ye be judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. Anything and anybody, and whatever you judge somebody upon, you gonna be judged upon that, bro. And with what measure ye meet. So whatever you wanted, whatever, when you came to your judgment, whatever punishment you saw fit for somebody else, Spirit is going to do the exact thing to you, if not worse. Right? It shall be measured to you again. Again, what you put out is what you get. Judge not, lest ye be judged, yo. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but consider if not to be the beam that is in thy own eye? So how you gonna judge somebody? How you feel that you in a position to judge somebody? 9 times out of 10, you doing the same shit, if not worse. How, Sway? Right? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out thy mote of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Again, how you gonna judge somebody and take something from them, but you sitting up here stealing it as well, or you taking from others? How? How, Sway? Thou hypocrite! Yeah, you're being fake and you can't be a hypocrite. How you gonna judge somebody when you doing, if not the same thing but worse? First cast out the beam of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly, to cast out a mote out of thy brother's eye. So clean your side of the street up. Clean your life up before you call yourself judging somebody. Clean yours up. You can't call yourself calling somebody out when you the one sitting up here doing it. And that's what these people did. Right? We're going to read it again. Judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. What you put out is what you get. Basically, what you sow is what you're going to reap. Right? And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considereth not the beam that is in thine own eye? Did you judge this person because they was able to do something and you couldn't do it? So you was sitting there, you tried to pluck somebody's eyes out, but your eye is full of envy and jealousy. Was you jealous because you couldn't do what this person did? So you wanted to call judgment on them? All right. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out thy mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye? So again, you want to call somebody out about something you consider bad or baneful or whatever, why you called yourself judging this person. Because I just can't. Because me personally, I've always lived by this ever since I was a child. This is one of the first scriptures other than John 3:16 that I remember, right? As a child. So I've always linked on this, right? So how you going to sit up here and call somebody out? I'm going to give an example. You got a scam going on, right? You got a scam going on. And so you got a partner in crime, right? So you go to the law, and you and this person is partners in crime. But you go to the law on this person. How, Sway? Right? Thou hypocrite. We both out here robbing banks, player. First cast out the beam of thine own eye. That means you need to stop what you're doing that's not good before you could talk about or call yourself calling judgment on somebody. Right? And then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Right? So again, now they worry. Yeah, the teachings on worry. Now they worry. We're going to Ecclesiastes. Now remember, I told y'all, Jesus is more lax than God. I don't know how to say it more any clearer. Due to the fact Jesus came down here on the earth and lived and walked amongst the humans. Right? So he know what it feels like on the human side. But he also know how tempting it is. And he also know what it is from the spiritual aspect. So he's giving more grace. Not to mention, Jesus said the same exact words God say in the Old Testament. Jesus said them in the New Testament, but he break it down to more of the layman's terms. We're going to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion. These are the words of truth. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. So again, we're hearing the conclusion of the whole matter because somebody judged you because they couldn't do what you was able to do. Right? They was jealous. But y'all sitting up here robbing banks together. Right? Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. You're supposed to fear God and keep his commandments. So not only that, but you fear God and hold God's commandments. But these people want to cast judgment on you for what? Because you fear God and hold his commandments? That's the conclusion. Right? For God shall bring every work into judgment. With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So again, Jesus said, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." How you gonna pull out a mote or a mite out of somebody else's eye, but you got a beam in your eye? So again, but this person that they call themselves putting up for judgment, this person is a God-fearing person. So just because this person hung around them, because you was only around them, Spirit said. So you already felt convicted. That's why you didn't participate in whatever the things that they were trying to put on you to cause judgment on you. Because you was intuitive. You had heightened awareness about it, right? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Since they wanted to call judgment on you and send petitions up to the universe. So, okay, God said, because God is on your side. Okay, let's read the whole case here, right? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. You fear God and keep his commandments, but it's a fearless love, right? For this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. That's Ecclesiastes 12, verses 13 through 14. Right? So this is Matthew 7, 1 through 5 was human judgment. Because we all have power, right? In our own right, right? But however, you collective, you didn't judge these people because of your fear of God. You already know because this shit was embedded in you as a child, right? Okay. Let me see something. In the word, the key word in Ecclesiastic is vanity. Vanity. So they was casting judgment on you, but they had vain in their heart, right? But you fear God. They asked for this. This is what they ordered up on Uber Eats. This is what they ordered, right? The futile emptiness of trying to be happy apart from God. They was trying to be happy away from God by causing judgment on you and ran into the wrong person. Lest thee be judged, right? Hmm. Oh yeah. So what download I got is this is the end zone, right? Somebody or somebodies thought they had the authority over you, your calling, and your life. That's why they judged you because you are eccentric. You're set apart. They just knew you was a whole demon, right? When they judged you, this somebody or somebodies was provided the truth about you and the whole situation. God said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. They knew the truth about it, right? But they, through multiple ways of communication, rather dreams, because in the word we're told that we'll dream dreams, or given signs of synchronicities. They ignored all that. Through the World Wide Web, through letters, emails, or some form of telecommunication. Telecommunication is text message, email, or call, right? So they proceeded to hide their wrongdoings. They didn't believe that God was real. They didn't believe that God and Jesus was right there with you. They didn't believe by them trying to come in your energy force field and trying to change your fate. They didn't believe that you had someone watching over you. So they proceeded to hide their wrongdoings and to continue misjudging you. Well, God's judgment is here, God's wrath is here, and there is no mercy for this somebody or somebodies, right? People turning against them or they turning on themselves, losing blessings and or gifts. right? And they facing poverty. They already have a poverty mindset due to the fact they judged you when they was in the wrong. And they was doing wrong. They was judging you, saying they was lying on you. Vanity. They had a mite in their eye. Right? What was done was an injustice. Violation against human and spiritual rights. And they crossed your boundaries over their own greed, insecurities, jealousy, envy. Well, we're here. Today is their day. They're next in line because judgment is here. The channel song I got was "You're Next in Line for a Miracle," Shirley Ceaser. Right? And the emancipation. The emancipation. Oh, I looked it up on my phone. Let me see. The emancipation is freeing one of restrictions or restraints. That's emancipation. Emancipation is the act of process of freeing someone or something from control, power, or legal authority of another. You've been freed, right? Emancipation. You've been emancipated, right? Yeah. They salty. They salty because they brought this upon themselves, right? This is what they asked for. This is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. So that's why it was important for you to read up on the scriptures about emotional regulation, because yeah, it was normal for you to be upset about this due to the fact you're a human. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, right? So it's normal for you to want to clap back. It's normal for you to have a feeling about the matter. But guess what? You didn't react in a negative way. You transmuted it. You gave it all to spirit, right? So we want to thank God for the blessings and the love. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you reclaimed your magic and you know it. Yeah, karma's here. Yeah, they under judgment because you've awakened spiritually. And you start fighting. As soon as you woke up, you start fighting. Melchizedek. Melchizedek. Didn't we talk about him in the last one? And you know it. Inner learnings. Ishtar. You know exactly who you are in the spirit realm. You know how long your soul been here. You know how old you really are. You're a sacred activist. Yeah. Due to your faith. In spirit. In spirit. You call him Jesus. What's this Holy Spirit? Spiritual force field. You protect it. Spiritual force field. El Moriah. Protective light is surrounding you and you are safe. During this judgment, you are protected. You got some heavy hitters around you, high priest or high priestess. Lady Portia is the high priest or the high priest of this deck, right? Overcoming limitations. That's you overcome limitations due to your determination and your will. You have self-control. You was willing to adapt and to change, right? Karmic release, let go of the need to be right. So that means you gave it to spirit. Or this person is the person that was judging you. And you stood in your sovereign power. You what? Because you got a big heart. What's the spiritual force field spirit? You know what's up. You know who you are. Ishtar. Inner learnings. Follow your heart. The truth prevails. You followed your heart when it came to this person and brought the truth out. That's why it's judgment here. The end zone. It's over with for this person's or these people's. You got heightened awareness. You got heightened awareness that you've been healed by God. You got heightened. You are aware that God healed you. You are aware that God gifted you. You are aware that God put a mantle on you. See, you knew about this ritual work. You know that they trying to hide it. You know that they haunted. You know they trying to clean their space. But they can't, right? Due to the sacrifice that they tried. Right? Spirit said no. Right? Yeah. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Cleanse these scars. Yeah, it's the call of the night for the sacrifice. It's the call of the night. Again, this reading is called what? This reading is called what, Spirit? Words of truth. The end zone equals judgment. Words of truth is here. Yeah. You spoke words of truth about what was going on with this hunter that's facing the call of the night because of your faith. You have unwavering faith. In the last read, we saw that you was the unchangeable priesthood. We saw that in the last one. Yeah. This primal, this ancient one. They want compassion from high honors. They want redemption. These outsiders, ain't that something? I am over here looking at you. A witness. Last night we saw evangelistic witness, right? To know personal evidence and to speak out. You use your inner learnings through spirit to speak out about this situation when somebody was behind the scenes doing ritual work on you. That's why. It's the end zone. The word of truth is here. The end zone is here. And these people is up for judgment. Everybody is. Playing your heart. See, that was in their heart. They wanted to put their issues onto you, right? Transgressions, faults, contradictions. So now, because they witness who you are, they witness that you have access to your divine knowledge. They witness how rare you are. And so guess what? They feel like that they contradicted. Like, oh my God. So they contradicted themselves. Again, how you going to call something out about somebody else, but it's you? Or that's what you do. How you going to judge somebody up on that? They feel like they made a mistake. Make that shit up. Because you're immortal. You're a spiritual being. Ain't that what immortals are? The consuming family pressure appears. So it was a group of people that was judging you, right? Family and peers. What's these witnesses? They want compassion. They want love. They want empathy, sympathy, and kindness. They want you to be kind to them after you saw through your spiritual eyes what they was doing. Not to mention you have the ability to call them out. And you're nowhere around them. It's because they doing shit in your energy. They throwing shit towards your energy. They not in your energy. They throwing shit towards your energy. But guess what? We all have free will here. They chose to do this. They chose to be judgmental. They chose not to respect the laws of the land. Now they want to call for help. Call who? Call who? They want to reach out. They want to admit their needs and their concerns. What's the need, honey? What's the need? What you need to admit? We don't hear you. Right? What's this compassion? God ain't got no mercy. You hear me? They witness how loving you are. The reason is connecting deep within sacred dancing instinct. Again, the reason is this primal was doing sacred dances over these rituals. That's the ritual. That's the ritual. But that's the reason. See, Jesus The ritual when he was sacrificed, that was a ritual. That shit's supposed to have been out the window. Now we're looking at things from a higher perspective, looking down, huh? We're looking at things from a higher perspective now, huh? Witness, compassion, to know personal evidence and to speak out. You have proof, right? The past is a prison. You have proof that the past is a prison. You're supernatural. What's this reason? The reason is your knowledge. So they witness. Another reason is your knowledge, but the past is your prison. They're considered outsiders. Spirit said, you're immortal, right? So, witness, compassion, reason, knowledge, right? So to know so you spoke out. By you speaking out, raise the vibration of love, right? So people are starting to listen to you, and they starting to study and what's beyond this world that's connected to them. You're teaching people that, right? You have inner learnings about your spiritual force field. And so, of course, it's radiating out because why? Because you go within, right? You go within and you've healed. So you're teaching people that. You're teaching people that, collective. Good job for you. What's this knowledge? Study, learning, and education. And guess what? Some people is in a nightmare because your psyche is protected. So that means they can't get into dream work. They can't target your crown. They can't target none of your chakras because you in alignment and the universe is in alignment with you. So whatever they put out, it don't leave them. They witnessing it now. Psychic protection, shield, bad dreams. Witness, compassion, reason, knowledge, and nightmare. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitments. Again, we're looking at things from a higher perspective, right? But nah, they want to look at it from surface level and judge you because you different than them. Judge you because you different than them. Because they judge you because you strong willed. They judging you because you keep money in your pocket. They judge you because you this, you that. They judge you because your connection to God. They try to tell people that you was doing bad things when you're actually showing people that you read the word and you do things with God. They try to persuade. They try to sway people. They try to manipulate the whole situation. Once again, this is all they do. The emancipation, right? Love conquers all. You natural. You naturally connect deep within. You a sacred soul. And these demons can't stand it. Where we going? Spirit said, take a chance. You took a chance and you getting rewards, which is your gifts, and you being recognized, right, throughout the world and the universe, right? They hate that. They should never try to be bottom feeders. Like they act like they crazy. You took a test and you studied. Knowledge is out here. Life area, friends and family took a chance. You took a chance. You took a chance. And you found the lesson when you took that chance. And so God put you in solitude. And you on to your new beginnings, right? What's this, spirit? What's these witnesses? What's this witness? Now they got a victim mindset. Because you walked away. They got these witnesses, these ones who know, these ones who has personal evidence, but you witnessed it. Not only that, you spoke up. Like, hold on, they trying to limit beliefs. They trying to put people in mental prisons. Hold on, you spoke up about that. This person right here, this El Moriah, right? Your divine counterpart. They wanted you have they wanted you to have a victim mindset because they was doing ritual work towards your friends and family, your life area of friends and family. They wanted you to have a victim mindset. They was planning this. They planned this. Well, they ain't know that you had otherworldly connections. What's this compassion? They was targeting your health and your wellness too as well. They want they want empathy. Not only that, you was kind to these people and you brought them good health. You brought wellness. Now that you're gone and you know what's up. What's the reason? Listen to advice, think clearly, and use your intellect. You listen to your spiritual advice or whatever advice, and you think clearly, and you use your intellect. You got heightened awareness about this. Again, you got access to your divine knowledge, right? They got scattered energy. They was trying to scatter your energy. They was trying to make you have a victim mindset. But you took the high road and took a chance. What's this knowledge? So you studied, you learned, and you also took a step back. You paused. Again, you looked at things from a higher perspective. Right? You took a step back. And they didn't get their rewards. You paused when you noticed it was some scattered energy around you. When the rewards and recognition was like, hold up, wait, right? But this is what this person that wears this damn shit on their head. No disrespect to anybody that wears shit on their head, but this motherfucker. Yeah, so now your study is bringing balance, right? So you're teaching people how to do that, collective. And this person wanted you to have a victim mindset. You spoke up about it. This person that's in a nightmare, this wasn't a wise decision for them. Wisdom in reverse. And this person that's in a nightmare is this person right here. This person of another, you know. Now remember, every person on this earth is part of the 12 tribes of Abraham. So, reward and recognition. You're being rewarded for this, Spirit says, because love conquers all. Mm-hmm. And they feel guilty. That's none of your business. You can care less. Because at the end of the day, when you walked away, that gave them grace. And guess what? They kept doing wrongdoings by you when they knew they was in the wrong. I ain't haunted. Tell me. Manifestations moving forward. The cycle closed on what was manifested. Right? It's a new cycle. Right? People got to move around. Right? Whatever they invested in when they manifested will just work. These familiars, these people you know, right? Oh, they was patiently waiting on this from the past to trap. They manifested traps, right? That wasn't smart. They in a nightmare about your psychic protection, your psychic being protection, about your, and they having bad dreams. They in a nightmare about what they manifested. The Page of Pentacles. The page is the seed you plant. That's all you need is faith, just a little bit of faith, right? So the little bit of faith that they had, they invested in bad doings, right? All right. What's this victim mindset? Yeah, the star spoke out about how this person that wears this turban or this hijab or this kimar, they spoke up about how this person was trying to force them into having a victim mindset, trying to block their resources. Again, that's the truth and clarity about this family, this coven, this group of friends. Why do I keep talking about this? Because it was an injustice. Somebody's boundaries been violated, and God don't play about that. Not only that, this person is special to God. What's this life area of health and wellness? They wanted you to have a victim mindset about your health and wellness. Your health is your inheritance. Your health is how you move around. Your health is what keeps you. Your health is your wealth, right? In success. They want kindness. They want compassion. They want compassion for targeting you because you have inner learnings about that, right? About the sacrifice. What's this take charge? Because you gifted. The reason you took charge is because you're gifted. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Couldn't none put you out in the code. They found out that you are the code. Oh, or these people is having nightmares. What's this pause? Yeah, this group or these friends group that sleep with each other. They gotta move around. The coals got hot. They can't stand at one spot too long. They getting back what they put out. How about that? How about that? So the word of truth is it's the end zone. They either going to jail or they're going to be in a mental, psychological disequilibrium for what they was inspired to do. What's this pause? You pause after these betrayals. You pause because you realize that they wanted you to have this. They betrayed you for nothing. So again, they judged you for nothing. How you gonna judge somebody? How you gonna throw judgment on somebody but they ain't do nothing wrong? You off rip had an issue with them anyway. So it's justice from behind the scenes. So it's manifested into a 3D. Guess what? It's coming back this way. With haste. With haste. What's this wisdom in reverse? They in a nightmare for their stupidity. We saw that. The Eight of Swords. That's a trap. That is the victim mindset. They in a victim mindset. Yeah, they in a victim mindset. As they should be. They're their own victim, though. That's the funny part about it. They their own victim. They made themselves their own victim. Again, they ruined themselves. Right? That's to bring balance to every situation, God said. Yeah. God said it. The Hierophant. Right? God said it. Right? You invested in God. You invested in God. God is the reason why you recovered. To balance your investment with God. Bet they don't try you again, huh? You or anybody else, because again, God sent his people and they in plain clothes. So lonely. They gonna always be in a nightmare for the rest of y'all's days, the rest of their days. And again, because you covered, because God been put the mental on you. Again, you was chosen from birth. You was chosen from the womb, and you answered the call, right? You responsible. I just saw the Knight of Pentacles. You responsible. Yeah. So take the word the way it applies to your life, right? Moving forward for these illusions, for these opportunities. What's this star? What's the star? What's the star, Holy Spirit? Wheel of Fortune. Let's do it again. What's the star? The King of Wands tried to put you in a trap, to have you in a mental mindset, right? They wanted you to have a victim mindset. It was in the energy work, right? This person, right? Not to mention, this person was supposed to be your spiritual counterpart. They voted on themselves. Moving forward for these manifestations, it's coming back. The Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, right? Just to bring balance, because you guarded and protected, right? They gotta stand their ground. They gotta stand and try to protect their stormy keys, right? They invested in addictions for you. What they invested in, they did it for wish fulfillment behind the scenes. They was looking for happiness. They was looking for good times. Again, this person has a dark heart. They sitting up here casting judgment on people, but they sitting up, you calling judgment on people for doing what they do for a living, and they doing it in the upright, right? But you back there behind the scenes doing death for your own wish fulfillment. Make it make sense, son. Yeah, invest in trying to protect your stormy keys, right? Mm-hmm. They was throwing spell work at your life area of health and wellness towards your success, right? Because what you do for a living, that's your health and your wellness. You help others, right? And then got that baby. What's the Six of Wands? What's the Six of Wands? This emperor, this leader. This leader don't have to be a male. It could be a female. It don't have to be your boss. It could be your parent. It could be you, right? They want compassion from you after targeting your life area of health and wellness and success. These people want compassion from you. Now, what Spirit do to you? Spirit led you to solitude. Spirit also helped you desensitize, detach, so Spirit could do just this. Spirit had to get you out the way. Hold on. I got it. Thank you, Papa. Yeah. My baby saw a spider. I had to get it because he can't talk. Yeah. Queen of Wands. But you ranked up. Not only that, you endured it. You endured it. Right? But whoever this leader was, whoever this person that started this hate train for you, whoever this person was that wanted to get people to start judging you, they feel some type of way. They scared shitless. They paranoid. They think they see dead people. Every time they close their eyes, they see an ancestor. Every time they close their eyes, they think about all the times they went to the graveyard dancing on them graves. Every time they close their eyes, every time they see something, it reminds them of you. Clarify this Five of Pentacles in the reverse because you took a chance. That's the reason. The reason is you took a chance and they fishy offers didn't go up. This wasn't a cup of love that went up. This was a cup of hate. Again, they judged you. Not to mention they calling judgment on you, but they out here doing the most. You ain't doing nothing but reading your Bible. You ain't doing nothing but doing things in the upright. You ain't doing nothing but service work. You being kind. But they wanted to block you. You took a chance with your gifts when it came to this hatred. You ain't got to necessarily sit up here with your gift and do a spiritual ritual because, again, ritual work is on both sides of life. Think about this communion every first Sunday. That's a ritual. Think about the baptism. That's a ritual. That's a once in a lifetime event that you're supposed to do. But a lot of people get it baptized over and over and over and over again. No, that water don't cleanse it away. You got to do it on the inside. Let me tell you something else. Your birthday is a ritual. Your anniversary is a ritual. When you pray at night, that's a ritual. When you pray, that's a ritual. When you bathe, that's a ritual. Ritual work been going on since the beginning of time, right? What, Stinky Harry? What's this Three of Swords? You paused after these betrayals, and that was a wish fulfillment, Spirit said. Yeah, that was to bring happiness. You're like, hold the fuck up. You thought about it. You thought about it. You moved with your heart. Because you had the opportunity to clap back the way they was coming at you. Oh, yeah, you ended them in their stuff. Yes, you did. Through your intuition, but you brought all the secrets to the forefront again. That's why the words of truth brought the end zone. So everybody in line of judgment. See, not only that, you took this through to God, right? You took this to God. And everything you took to God, you was being weighed. Your heart was being weighed. Not to mention, you had already told God, Collective, that you weren't about to go through this 2,000 times. That you want to handle everything at once. And that's why everybody getting wiped out at once. Are you supposed to care? Now remember, God put you in solitude so you could desensitize. It's not a hatred. They perceive it like that because that's what's in their heart. Don't pick up that. What's this Eight of Swords? They gotta walk away. Eight of Cups. Eight of Swords. Eight of Cups. 88. They having nightmares over their stupidity. Wisdom in the reverse. Nightmares. Not to mention, this emperor around here is in a nightmare because they listen to the stupidity of this person that was born in 1988. Yeah. Yeah. They couldn't put you in the Five of Pentacles. Everybody feeling sheepish. You did it in solitude. Oh, they isolated. They either in jail or they in a mental frenzy. This is the cake that they ordered though. Familiar. Somebody you know. In the word, we already know it'd be your own people. Ahithophel was King David's partner. It was his counsels. Absalom was his son. They was ordering up ritual work on Uber Eats, yo. Yeah. They manifested communication. But let me tell you what kind of manifestation communication they're trying to manifest. They're trying to manifest to talk to you. Again, God removed you. See, God allowed you to get these people chance after chance after chance after chance. So when this time came, they're like, hold on, our lights is off. They've been on for 4 months. If such and such was around, they would have been on because they would have had kindness and compassion in their heart. Now they getting bricks. My kid's hungry. People bring them a bag of rocks. Pour some milk over that. This is what you ordered up on Uber Eats, boo. This is what y'all getting. Y'all in these traps all by yourself. Oh, yeah. See, you haunted. What lies beneath, Spirit? What lies beneath? What lies beneath, Spirit? That they thought they was keeping this a secret? And they in their feelings, they thought they was keeping this a secret. But you got to get the sacred sight. They need to check themselves. That's why they walked away in that mental frenzy, because they was expecting a new beginning with you. After you caught them in the spirit doing evil things to you, They lied and said that you had an affair with them. That's what lies beneath. They was expecting a new beginning. They was expecting a come up, yo. When I was reading the Bible, I heard that like they thought they was about to come up. What's this 9 of Wands in this story? Red lipstick stains in the reverse. Ain't no red lipstick stains in the reverse when you were witness to them trying to make you have a victim mindset. There is no red lipstick stains. They try not to leave evidence. There is no red lipstick stains. Right? What's this Emperor and this 6 of Wands? That right there. They didn't have no evidence. The situation's about to explode. Shit's about to pop off in flames. Yeah. Because of your success. And because you won't give them no compassion. Right? It ain't you. It's spirit. You can care less. Right? They wanted to keep you a secret. So again, they wanted to leave evidence on you. They could. Right? They got kicked to the curb and they getting kicked to the curb by society. But spirit been kicked them to the curb because they was a part of the lineage. But I wish you knew. Where my baby? Where my big boy? Oh, yeah. Page of Cups in the reverse and this 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. You gifted. They couldn't send you no hate. That was a bad choice. The reason for them to do this was a bad choice. Right? Your reason to take a chance to come up out the 5 of Pentacles and not throw hate. So guess what? They ain't got nothing on you. Red lip stains in the reverse. They couldn't leave nothing on you. Right? So it's about to pop off for them. And that was a bad choice. Because again, they called themselves calling judgment on you. But you ain't do nothing to them. You didn't do nothing that they said. Like, at the end of the day, and guess what? You walked away. You ain't even explain yourself. Because guess what? You ain't got to. Yeah, you ain't got to explain yourself to nobody. Yeah. So our lovely frankincense. They wanted to keep you a secret. This hoe called theyself said that you was a sneaky link. They falling apart. These hoes. I can't make it up. Look, shit was outdated. Keeping you a secret sex shop. Promiscuous is falling apart. It's outdated. Get in the room. That shit with a bugaboo. It's outdated. They made bad choices to call themselves betraying you for a wish fulfillment. Right? They gotta walk away with they crazy asses. What's this 9 of Cups and this 3 of Swords? Doing drugs in the reverse. You ain't even doing drugs. They made bad choices. They made bad choices. You studied and took a chance. No, you studied and paused after this betrayal. That to bring happiness. You don't do drugs. They falling apart. These hoes is falling apart because you EI, emotionally intelligent. You claim what's yours. Love is a battlefield. See that? What's this 8 of Cups and this 8 of Swords? Total drama in the reverse. Well, total drama. That's in a nightmare. That wasn't smart. That's in the 8 of Swords. They gotta walk away with it. Total drama. Total drama. Right? They was expecting what? A reconnection? They was expecting to love bomb you. They was expecting to come in fake when you authentic. You saw through them. You saw everything they was doing, didn't you? Hmm. Yeah. The elders appreciate you. The elder appreciates you cleansing your energy, cleansing your spiritual force field. The ancestors appreciate you. And the ancestors, I'm not talking about grandparents, great grandparents. I'm talking about the spiritual ancestors. It's a big difference because in the word, we're told that our ancestors, the dead, know nothing. They demons. They conjure them up. Spirit appreciates that. What's this? Nine of Wands and red lip things in the reverse. Chance in the reverse. Chance in the reverse. They missed a chance. They missed. Taking chances can be scary. You didn't take a chance with this. You didn't even give it no satisfaction. You didn't give it no energy or nothing when they tried to force you to have a victim mindset because, again, they betrayed you. Right? Full in the reverse. Yeah. Full in the reverse. Right? Yeah. You can smell BS. Yeah. And you know, like I know, it's a whole bunch of childish people in this situation. What's this emperor and the situation is about to explode? God looks out for fools and babies. You covered. Again, God put you in solitude. You ain't take a chance with this. Yeah. You secure. They insecure. You receiving compliments. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Right? The Page of Cups and these bad choices. The Page of Cups reverse and these bad choices. Page of Cups reverse and these bad choices. Stay in or out. They should have made a choice. They made a bad choice. A bit fickle. They made a bad choice of being fickle. Choose between staying inside and outside and avoid opening and closing doors to save heating and cooling costs. That's the reason. You checked the temperature. You realized it was bad choices. With this, right? Not you protect, you covered. Lord have mercy. Grace. What's this Nine of Cups and this doing drugs in reverse? You're receiving compliments. You're receiving praise because you went within. You went within. You studied. You learned. You gained knowledge about the situation. You didn't. You could have easily returned evil for evil, but you chose not to. Again, bad choices in it almost doesn't count. Right? Scent, capacity, maturity, appreciation. Who and what you belong to, scent. Right? Capacity, maturity. Smell like outside. Eyes bigger than your stomach. The scent of perspiration, vegetation, soil, and other. Well, these old people these older people or these people that's stale spirits. Because again, you could be 14 years old, but your soul could be 9 million years old. Right? Their tribe, like, you stink. Their own tribe done with them. What's this Eight of Cups in this total drama? For money. Monetize. Monetize, right? Making dollar out of 15 cents, right? They thought, again, when I was reading the Bible, I heard they was looking for a come up, right? The Hawk is out. They in the Five of Pentacles, in the Five of Cups. This is what they ordered up on Uber Eats, right? Yeah. They was encouraged in frivolousness, right? What's this chance in the reverse? You saw that they didn't appreciate you. You saw that. That's why you didn't take a chance. You saw that you wasn't appreciated. They wanted you to have a victim mindset. after they didn't. So they didn't appreciate you. They took advantage of you, right? And so they wanted, after you walked away, they wanted you to have a victim mindset because they was behind the scenes doing fuck shit, right? So that's why the word of truth is here. It's the end zone for these people, and they under judgment, and they're gonna be under judgment for the rest of their days, right? And it's gonna be cold out for them. The hawk is out. What's this covered in these? What's this situation is about to explode in your cupboard? They didn't anticipate. They didn't anticipate when they were speculating. They didn't anticipate. They didn't think twice, right? They did not think twice. They didn't look both ways when they crossed the street. They just walked right out there on that street and got hit by a 1987 Coda bus. Yes, they did. What's this bad choices in temperature? Yeah, that was a bad choice to send up a hate offer out of hatred. Yeah, now they got to earn their protection. They got to earn their protection. And guess what? Because you're liberated, right? This opposition that gossiped on you, they got to earn. They got to earn. See, you was born in the upright. See, you come from a lineage of diviners, right? And God put you in certain places to raise the vibration, right? And guess what? They took it. They didn't appreciate that, so you walked away. They want liberation. What's this? Doing drugs in and reversing compliments. Yeah, people complimenting you now because they realize, like, oh shit, you ain't the one. Never was. What's this? Doing drugs in the reverse, and it's compliments. You attuned. You every closed eye ain't sleep, baby. You attuned. You tap the fuck in. You're in. Tap the fuck. Sensibilities. Purse on the floor, money out the door. So again, you follow ritual in the upright. Because they lack self-esteem and you they lack self-esteem. They lack image. That's your self-esteem. And that's to be exact, but you good. You called it out. You fit it straight to a T. You fit it straight to the T. Right? They lack. Right? Your image is sharp as a tick. Your image is sharp. Like, we know you use the ironing board when you put on your suit, nigga. We know. It's cold. People treating this person cold. They was expecting money on the floor, purses and money and gifts. They was expecting your gifts. They was expecting your energy. They was expecting your luck to change. Sensibilities, purse on the floor, money out the door. Weeping may endured for nights. They haunted about what they created. I bet you they are. Yeah, it's justice for this manifestation. Again, judgment. Right. That's the blessing. Ace of Cups. They're getting a love offer from the universe of what they planted. Yeah. These these people that, did it together. Right? What's that? 8 of Wands? 5 of Wands. 2 of Cups. They fighting each other. They wanted to compete with you when you was in a partnership with them. Right? They wanted to compete with you over your pinnacles, over your tangibles. They wanted you to have a victim mindset over your tangibles that they tried to intercept. Not knowing that you rode with the intercessor. Because you read. Being nice because you had to. They wanted to compete with you. What's this chance in the reverse and this appreciation in the reverse? That was the secret. That was the secret. Yeah, but no proof. Lipstick, red stains, and red lipstick in the reverse. They couldn't get no DNA from you. Yeah. They couldn't get close enough to you. What's this covered and it's anticipating the reverse? Not only that, you got up out of there without even thinking twice about it. You was happy. Your strength, your love, compassion at the top, strength. You knew that love conquers all. What's this temperature and earn? They gotta earn it. They gotta earn it, but it ain't gonna come the way it came to you because again, you was born this way, so you already knew what was up, right? They gotta earn their way, and it's gonna take them multiple lifetimes because of what they did. Because again, you're a rare gem. Your status is high in the spirit. What's this temperature in this urn? The tower. That's the sudden change. What's this compliment in the tune? Because you don't do drugs, you've been studied. Work. Eight of Pentacles. The reason you pause is because of the betrayals towards your happiness, your wish fulfillment. You don't do drugs. You're being complimented and praised at work. And you're being praised at work about how you attune too. Right? What's this monetizing lack? Temperance, peace, earth angel. Rare. Right? While all this drama is going on behind you. Again, this drama ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah, 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 yeah. They haunted about your creativity. It's proof that this person that have child service, that's kids about to be taken away, they got legal issues. It's proof that they was clout hungry, and it's somebody got evidence. We saw evidence out here. Yep, and now they want to kiss ass. That's why they trying to manifest communications. Manifest what? Bitch, you're dead. You're dead. You know, on the original Home Alone movie, when he was left at home and Harry and Mom was trying to break into the house and he was sitting there watching the movie and he put that movie on and he was like, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get out of here. Right? And then he let the firecrackers off in the house to make them think somebody was in the house shooting. They're dead. The way he said it, these folk is dead. Especially this motherfucker that the ringleader of it. To judge you because you don't do drugs, to judge you because you in the upright, lying and saying you doing bad things because they're doing it, right? 10802, right? What's this moon and this appreciation in the reverse? They confused on why they not a cosmic seed. They confused on why they not a cosmic seed. That's the blessing because they unappreciative. Moving forward, they're gonna always be confused. They gotta go away with it. They gotta protect. Listen, strength. Clarify this strength. They in a nonosaurus. They in a nonosaurus because you covered and they didn't think about it. And you're not thinking about them. You can care less. You an emperor. You a leader. The community sees you in high standards. The community sees you as somebody that can be trusted. The community sees that you actually lived it and you walking the talk and and you ain't just talking it, you actually lived it. And you abide by everything that you share. You take your own good advice. Yeah, you took a leap. You took your own good advice. What's this tower? Four of Cups in the reverse. You got up. When you saw that people was being fickle, and you ain't lying about nothing. You ain't nothing deceitful about you. That's why you got up. Uh, you, the reason, the reason took charge with your gifts and not spread hate about these bad choices, you made a choice and you earned your sudden change and you got up from it. Right? What's this Eight of Pentacles? With your resources. You work with your resources, bro. You study and you work with your resources. So that means you read a text and then you use your resources. Whether if you're using frankincense, whether if you're using rosemary, you using it with your resources. What's your resources? You using it with your resources, yo. You using it in the upright, bro. The magician in the upright. Right? Right? You attune. You attune. And guess what? Spirit said you doing it the right way. Now they want to cry. Right? Now they want to cry. What's this temperance that's in lack? You at peace that these motherfuckers is facing poverty. Because ain't this what they ordered up on Uber Eats? Again. The lovers. Temperance. That struck me as an heir. Right? Right? That strikes me as an heir. Right? Where that fat baby? I see that fat baby raccoon tail. That Maine Coon baby tail. That Maine next baby tail. Right? The words of truth is out. Right? About these familiars. Right? About you recovering. The words of truth out about how and why you had to recover the way you did. Right? Yeah, because look, again, Ace of Cups, love conquers all. You do things naturally. What, baby? It is too early to go upstairs. It's only 7:56. All right, my baby telling me to get up. So we can use this one. I don't wanna. They did ritual work with energy. It was on energy through ritual work for their desires. For their desires. Right? To recharge. Like, so again, it gives me the. Okay, so we know they succubus, but it gives me the energy of parasitic. Because they was trying to harvest your positive energy through ritual energy work, right? You too strong for it. Again, they down here, you out of this world. You light years ahead of these people, right? What's the moon and the cosmic seed in the reverse? Refinement in the reverse. They cannot, and this will not be, like they can't walk in the fire and come out unscathed. If they walk in the fire, they ain't gonna make it out. They can't. And you made them a living witness, right? Because they didn't appreciate it, and you weren't giving them a chance. You're not giving them a chance. You're not. See, spirit living you. They need to consider. They need to reconsider that judgment that they call they self calling. They need to reconsider their alliances. They need to reconsider the choices they made. It's either you want to be hot or cold. I've always told people you can't straddle the fence in my life. You either gonna like me or you gonna love me or you gonna hate me. You got three choices. You can like me, you can love me, or you can hate me. But what you're not gonna do is be fickle with me. You're not gonna be hanging on the fence. You're not. Make your mind up. They should have made their mind up. The truth is out. We at the end zone. They under judgment. And guess who wait in the midst? Your ass. God weighed your heart in every situation, player. God weighed your heart. Remember, I shared with y'all, God will highlight moments to y'all. And when he highlight these memories to you, He weighing your heart in that situation at what you see. Not in the moment you sitting in whatever the flashback is that's real bright. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's this strength in this Nine of Swords? So they feeling it. They got heavy worries, heavy depression, right? Spirit, like, yeah, they grateful. Spirit, no refinement, because again, no repolishing, no rebranding, no remaking. Spirit is grateful for that. Spirit is happy for that because guess what? It took for this diviner to come down to defeat this. On to the next. You done held the fucking trouble line up over these contracts. Agreements. It's contracts. Whether if it's verbal, written, uh, you know, bodily fluids. What's this Tower and this Four of Cups in the reverse? What's this Tower and this Four of Cups in the reverse? Wisdom and emotion. So you're emotionally intelligent. They're not. That was a sudden change. They wasn't expecting you to be so wise and hold your emotions in check. You already knew what the reason was. They was doing things behind the scenes to try to make you act out in public. They didn't know that you was good because you pure. You pure. Right? Not only that, look at the herbs on the cards. Right? Snapdragon, bay leaf, pink rose, and a dahlia in the reverse. What's this eight of pentacles in this magician? See, you work. Not only that, but at work, you receiving compliments because of your gifts at your job, right? Because you're resourceful. They notice when you come in, the scent in the place change. They notice when you come in, the altitude change. They notice when you come in that people make a conscious decision. Just you being in the midst. What's this eight of pentacles and this magician? They're not protected. They're not protected. They're not protected for this energy work that they did. And you attuned to it. You know about it. You saw it. Every close eye ain't sleep. They thought you was asleep. They thought you had a dead soul in you. So trust the basil. So trust what your third eye show you. Right? What's this Temperance and the Lovers? They look like an air to me. Yeah. They not whole and they losing their memory. They not whole and they're being forgotten. Yeah. They're not whole and they're being forgotten. Yeah. All because of your life, vitality, your life force. Right? They haunted. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Go get your EE, boy. Spirit said you being recognized. And wherever you at now, in the distant future coming up, you being recognized, right, for being who you are. And people's being recognized for being mentally unstable as well. Yeah, you brought a lot of paparazzi and publicity with you because you're rare. See, people treated you like you was a doormat, right? They didn't know that you was going to pick yourself up off that ground. You in spirit, they didn't know that they was being tested. Somebody was supposed to pick you up and wash you. And they did. And they kept trampling over you. And you was calm. You just laid there, right? You was praying the whole time, doormat, right? Yeah. What's this refinement in the reverse? About what was behind the scenes, done behind the scenes. They can't be trusted. People witness it. What's this trusted reverse? They can't be trusted. They can't be trusted behind the scenes in the reverse. What's this gratitude? They in their thoughts about you moving on. Spirit said, that's cool. That's cool beans. You intuitively know this. Again, inner learnings, spiritual more force field, heightened awareness, reward and recognition. Right? What's this thoughts? What's this wisdom? Wisdom spirit. See, the reason popped up, hello. The reason was the reason why this popped up because you saw clearly through your intellect, you took a chance, you're not in the Five of Pentacles, you don't give hate. That was a bad choice. You called judgment on that. And anybody fickle gotta earn to they gotta work on themselves to change. They gotta go within. Cause you got up and you was wise. And guess what you did? You popped out and said, hey, here's your shit, and the world is gonna see it. Yeah. They jealous of you, Starseed. They jealous of you, Starseed. What's this, hello? Yeah, they depressed about you having real love, real connections. They depressed about you moving on with spirit, in spirit. They again, this is what they ordered up. You choose what you want to eat. You chilling. Hello, bliss. What's this protection in the reverse? You know they ain't protected. They're not protected and they fighting. They mad. They have no spiritual connection. Cause due to the fact that what they was doing with the manipulation work that you know about. You know about it. It's under study, knowledge, and learning. And pause. 3 of Swords, 9 of Cups, bad choice, compliments because you put your foot in it. Every closed eye ain't sleep because you attuned about this work through magic. You attuned, not only that, your work, your resources at work of you being in tune, getting you compliments about any choices that's bad that they're being presented with, and it brings them wish fulfillment to overcome any betrayal or intercept it. Clarify this conflict. They mad as fuck because they ain't protected. They mad. They're not protected from poverty. They're mad that they're not protected from poverty. Let me put that up there. They're mad. They want support from you after you caught them. Ain't that how it is? God will make your enemies your footstool. Why you so obsessed with me? Yeah. Yeah. God says it in his word. He will make your enemies your footstool. So again, they obsessed with you because your achievements through your intuition. You see everything. Off rip, you might dream about it, so you're gonna move different. They mad. But if this community is mad, this group, yeah, back, yeah, this community was doing love spells. Yeah, look at me, straight out. This community was doing love spells. Yeah, that was a bad choice. They was doing love spells on somebody innocent. They was doing love spells on somebody that's innocent. On somebody that's innocent. What's this wholeness in the reverse? You're delusional. King of Swords in the reverse. King of Swords in the reverse. Not hoe. Full of drama. Stupid. And nightmares. This authority figure. They're seen. They're seen. The veil has been lifted. You're protected from anything that they call themselves bringing. The veil, bondage, legal protection. What's this, Spirit? Moving forward. What's this, Spirit? I ain't gonna feed you. They awaken. They aware. Now they want a partnership with you. Make it make sense. Would you help somebody that did this to you? Would you give a person another chance? All you got to do is lie to me and I'll catch you in it. It's over, Sam. That's all you got to do is lie to me. It's over for you, Sam. Yes, it is. Clock that T. All you got to do is, I know when somebody about to lie before they even open their mouth. Already called judgment on the situation. I do it in the privacy of my own spirit. I just disappear. Vanamos. Nor's butt wet. What's this Ice King in a reverse? Say right to you like it. They was doing it at a distance. That's why I keep going that. They was doing it at a distance. Death Magic reverse. Because you in your north. You a true north sider. Divine masculine and the rich girl in their north mode. How about that? So not only that, but you was doing it to God's chosen people. You didn't only do it to one. See, you start targeting one, you find out they in a sacred union on earth, and you start targeting the other counterpart, the divine counterpart, because you betrayed yourself by going against your own lineage. Clock that T, hope. Yeah. It's proof that y'all haunted. Right? We're going to get a message from the universe. What is meant for you won't pass by you. If you want to be more successful in life, your priority would be to focus on your mindset. These people didn't focus on their mindset. They was focused on you. They made you they Aphrodite. How about that? What is the Aphrodite? A god. Right? You are safe and you are protected. If you want more success in life, your priority should be to fix your mindset. It's never too late to start over. But they can't start over with you. They got to go within and get it together with God. God might take them out of society. Right? God might take these people out of society. I mean, that's what he did with you. He took you out and put you in solitude. What's this? I was ready. If people are gossiping about you or spreading rumors, don't fall for it. Again, be emotional intelligent. Find them scriptures on emotional intelligence, on emotional regulation. No one is worth lowering your vibration for it. Let it move through you. Transmute it. See, see it for what it is, which is a reflection of their pain, rather than a result of your actions. They witness that El Mariah witnessed that they could not have you in a victim mindset, that you persevered it. You didn't do nothing that they was projecting towards you, right? This new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. You can't continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding that you have had until now. No matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective. No matter what, look at things from a higher perspective. You know, give it make sound judgment. Don't sit up here and act first and then think later. See, when you act first and think later, guess what? You're in bondage. You bound. Like, ain't no telling who. Because again, ritual work been around since the beginning of time, right? But guess what? All this oppression and abuse that's going on around out here, guess what? God calling it out. That's why we talked about Melchizedek, because rare people call it out, right? So we thank you for being here, and thank you for all my subscribers. And we want to ask God in the name of Jesus to send this energy back to where it belongs, right? Because we saw that you do things in the upright, right? We saw that you use your resources the right way, right? So we ask God to send all the scattered energy back to where it belongs, and we rebuke any negativity, right? Again, the secret is don't fall for it. The secret is the truth. The word of truth brought y'all to the end zone, and now they under judgment. And so a new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things. So look at things from a higher perspective. Because guess what? You elevated. You also grew in height. Until next time, beloved, I say and I mean 131, 33. Oh shit, it's still on.